The Anunnaki Saga, a cosmic odyssey through time. Echoes from the cosmos. Who were these enigmatic beings? Were they gods, as our ancestors believed, or something far more extraordinary, extraterrestrial visitors with motives and technologies beyond our comprehension? Why did they come to Earth, and what legacy did they leave behind? This is a story that spans not centuries, but hundreds of thousands of years, weaving together the threads of human history, mythology, and cosmic mystery. It stretches from the fertile crescent of Sumer to the mist-shrouded peaks of the Andes, from the jungles of Mesoamerica to the stone circles of ancient Europe. It challenges us to question our origins, our purpose, and our place in the vastness of the cosmos. The dawn of the Anunnaki. The saga begins over 445,000 years ago on a distant planet called Nibiru. Unlike Earth, Nibiru followed a vast elliptical orbit, swinging close to our solar system only once every 3,600 years. Its inhabitants, the Anunnaki, were an advanced race facing a crisis that threatened their very existence. Their planet's atmosphere was deteriorating, its core destabilizing, and its resources dwindling. To survive, they needed a resource abundant on Earth: gold. This precious metal, revered by humans for its beauty, held properties essential for stabilizing Nibiru's environment, perhaps through nanotechnology or atmospheric engineering far beyond our current understanding. Led by their supreme ruler, Anu, the Anunnaki set their sights on Earth. Their spacecraft, described in ancient texts as chariots of fire or flying ships, pierced the heavens and descended upon our planet. To the primitive hominids who roamed the Earth, these beings were gods. Their towering forms, luminous presence, and mastery of technology inspired awe and fear. The Anunnaki established their first bases in what is now Iraq, in the region known as Sumer, and later in gold-rich areas of Africa, such as the ancient mines of South Africa. Their mission was clear: extract Earth's gold to save their world. But mining was labor-intensive, and the Anunnaki, despite their advanced technology, were not inclined to toil themselves. Instead, they turned to the early hominids, creatures with potential but limited intellect. Through genetic engineering, a process described in Sumerian texts as mixing the essence of the gods with the clay of the earth, the Anunnaki created a hybrid race, Homo sapiens. These new beings were stronger, more intelligent, and capable of serving as a workforce for the Anunnaki's mining operations. Thus began the first chapter of human history, written not by chance, but by design. The gods of Sumer. The Sumerians, humanity's earliest known civilization, left behind the most detailed accounts of the Anunnaki. Their cuneiform tablets, preserved in the sands of Iraq, describe a pantheon of gods who walked among men, each with distinct roles and personalities. Enki, the god of wisdom and creation, was the mastermind behind humanity's transformation. His intellect and compassion shaped the early humans, granting them the spark of intelligence. Enlil, the god of air and earth, wielded authority over the land and its people, often clashing with Enki over the fate of their creations. Inanna, the goddess of love and war, embodied the duality of creation and destruction, her beauty matched only by her ferocity. These were not distant deities, but tangible beings who interacted with humans, shaping their societies and even engaging in conflicts among themselves. The Sumerian king list, an ancient text, records rulers who reigned for thousands of years. Lifespans impossible for humans, but plausible for the long-lived Anunnaki or their hybrid offspring. These kings, often described as demigods, served as intermediaries between the Anunnaki and their human subjects, enforcing divine will and maintaining order. The Sumerian texts also speak of a great flood, a cataclysm that reshaped the world. Unlike the biblical account, which attributes the flood to divine wrath, the Sumerian narrative suggests it was a deliberate act by the Anunnaki, perhaps to reset their experiment or to control an overpopulated workforce. Enki, ever the protector of humanity, is said to have defied his fellow Anunnaki, warning a human named Ziusudra to build a vessel and survive the deluge. This story, echoed in the Epic of Gilgamesh and later in the tale of Noah, hints at a profound event that left an indelible mark on human memory. Sumer was more than a civilization. It was a crucible of Anunnaki influence. The ziggurats, massive stepped pyramids, were not just temples, but observatories and administrative centers designed to align with celestial events. The Sumerians' knowledge of the solar system, including planets like Uranus and Neptune invisible to the naked eye, defies explanation unless we consider an external source of knowledge. They mapped the heavens with precision, developed mathematics, and created the world's first writing system. All gifts, perhaps, from their celestial teachers. Echoes across the globe. The Anunnaki's influence was not confined to Mesopotamia. Across the world, ancient civilizations tell strikingly similar stories of sky gods who brought knowledge and power. In South America, the Incas revered Viracocha, the creator god who emerged from Lake Titicaca. Described as tall, bearded, and fair-skinned, unlike the indigenous population, Viracocha taught the Incas advanced techniques in agriculture, architecture, and metallurgy. His arrival, often depicted as a descent from the heavens in a shining vessel, mirrors the Anunnaki's arrival in Sumer. The Incas' obsession with gold, which they called the tears of the sun, parallels the Anunnaki's quest for the metal. Their monumental structures, like Machu Picchu and Sacsayhuaman, with precisely cut stones weighing hundreds of tons, suggest a level of technology far beyond what a pre-industrial society should possess. The Incan legends speak of Viracocha's companions, celestial beings who aided in the construction of their cities. The stonework at Sacsayhuaman, with its interlocking blocks so perfectly fitted that not even a blade of grass could pass between them, defies conventional explanation. Some researchers propose that the Incas used advanced tools or even sonic technology, possibly gifted by their divine visitors. The similarities between these accounts and the Sumerian tales of the Anunnaki are striking, suggesting a shared origin or influence. In Mesoamerica, the Mayans worshipped Kukulkan, the feathered serpent, a deity who descended from the heavens to impart wisdom. The Mayans' astronomical prowess was unparalleled in the ancient world. They tracked the movements of Venus, predicted eclipses with astonishing accuracy, and developed a calendar system so precise that it rivals modern calculations. Their understanding of zero, a concept unknown to many ancient cultures, and their complex writing system point to an external source of knowledge. The pyramids of Chichen Itza and Teotihuacan, aligned with celestial bodies like the Pleiades and Orion, suggest a deep connection to the cosmos. The Mayan creation myth, recorded in the Popol Vuh, describes gods who shaped humanity from maize, a process reminiscent of the Anunnaki's genetic engineering. Further north, the Aztecs spoke of Quetzalcoatl, another feathered serpent god who brought knowledge and civilization. Like Kukulkan, Quetzalcoatl was associated with the planet Venus and the concept of cyclical time, a hallmark of the Anunnaki-s connection to Nibiru's long orbit. The Aztecs' monumental pyramids, such as the Pyramid of the Sun, were built with a precision that mirrors the engineering feats of Egypt and Sumer. Their rituals, often involving gold and offerings to the gods, echo the Anunnaki's obsession with the precious metal. In Europe, the stone circles of Stonehenge and the megalithic temples of Malta point to a fascination with the cosmos. Stonehenge, aligned with the solstices and lunar cycles, served as an astronomical observatory and a place of ritual. The massive stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, were transported and erected with a precision that baffles modern engineers. The temples of Malta, with their intricate carvings and subterranean chambers, suggest a culture attuned to celestial rhythms. Celtic and Norse myths, with their tales of gods descending in fiery ships, further hint at a global narrative of otherworldly intervention. The quest for gold. Gold was the cornerstone of the Anunnaki's mission. In Sumer, gold adorned temples, statues, and royal regalia, symbolizing divine power. In the Americas, the Incas and Aztecs hoarded gold, offering it to their gods in elaborate rituals. The question remains, why gold? Beyond its rarity and beauty, gold's unique properties, its conductivity, resistance to corrosion, and potential use in advanced technology may have made it invaluable to the Anunnaki. Some researchers speculate that gold was used in nanotechnology, atmospheric stabilization, or even as a power source for their spacecraft. The Sumerian texts describe gold as the metal of the gods, essential for their survival. The Anunnaki's mining operations left traces across the globe. In South Africa, ancient mines dating back 100,000 years or more suggest activity that predates known human civilizations. The precision of these mines, with their deep shafts and complex tunnels, defies conventional explanations. Were these the work of early humans under Anunnaki supervision, or evidence of advanced technology? Similar sites in South America, such as the gold mines of the Andes, show signs of ancient excavation far beyond the capabilities of local tribes. The Incas' gold was not merely decorative, it was sacred. Their temples, lined with sheets of gold, were said to reflect the light of the sun, connecting the earthly realm to the divine. The Spanish conquistadors, upon encountering these treasures, were awestruck by the wealth. But the Incas saw gold as a gift to their gods, not a commodity. This reverence for gold, shared by cultures across the world, suggests a deeper purpose, one that may trace back to the Anunnaki's mission. The legacy of knowledge. The Anunnaki's influence extended far beyond gold. They shaped human culture, religion, and philosophy, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. In Sumer, they introduced the concept of divine kingship, where rulers were seen as descendants of the gods, chosen to enforce divine will. This idea spread to Egypt, where pharaohs were considered living gods, and to Mesoamerica, where kings were intermediaries between the people and the heavens. The Sumerians' contributions to human knowledge were profound. They developed cuneiform, the world's first writing system, allowing them to record laws, myths, and astronomical observations. Their mathematics, based on a sexagesimal system, gave us the 60-minute hour and the 360-degree circle. Their astronomy, with its detailed maps of the stars, laid the foundation for later civilizations. These advancements, attributed to the Anunnaki, suggest a transfer of knowledge that accelerated human progress. In Egypt, the gods Thoth and Osiris mirror the roles of Enki and Enlil. Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, is credited with inventing hieroglyphs and teaching humans the arts of science and magic. Osiris, the god of the underworld, represents the cycle of life and death, a concept central to Anunnaki mythology. The Great Pyramid of Giza, aligned with Orion's belt, suggests a connection to the stars that transcends human discovery. Its construction, requiring the movement of massive stones with laser-like precision, remains one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. The Mayans and Incas, too, inherited knowledge that seems out of place in their time. The Mayan calendar, with its interlocking cycles of time, reflects an understanding of the cosmos that rivals modern astronomy. The Incas' agricultural terraces, built on steep Andean slopes, demonstrate advanced engineering and environmental management. These achievements, attributed to divine teachers, suggest a global pattern of intervention. The Great Flood and the Reset. The story of a great flood is a common thread in ancient myths, from Sumer to the Bible to the oral traditions of indigenous tribes. The Sumerian account, found in the Epic of Gilgamesh and the tale of Ziusudra, describes a deluge orchestrated by the Anunnaki. Enlil, frustrated with humanity's growing numbers or disobedience, proposed the flood to cleanse the earth. Enki, ever the advocate for humanity, defied his brother and saved Ziusudra, ensuring the survival of the human race. This narrative, echoed in cultures worldwide, may reflect a real event, a cataclysm caused by natural forces or, as some suggest, by Anunnaki technology. Geological evidence points to massive flooding in the ancient world, possibly triggered by melting ice caps or meteor impacts. If the Anunnaki were capable of manipulating Earth's environment, could they have engineered such an event to reset their experiment? The flood marked a turning point in human history. It forced survivors to rebuild, guided by the knowledge imparted by their celestial teachers. The rise of new civilizations, from Egypt to the Indus Valley, suggests a resurgence of Anunnaki influence in the post-flood world. The Egyptian Enigma. The gods of ancient Egypt, with their animal-headed forms and cosmic powers, bear striking similarities to the Anunnaki. Thoth, with his ibis head, parallels Enki as the god of wisdom and creation. Osiris, the god of the underworld, mirrors the Anunnaki's association with life and death. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification, evokes the Anunnaki's interest in preserving life, perhaps through genetic or technological means. The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a testament to Egypt's connection to the stars. Its alignment with Orion's belt, a constellation revered by the Sumerians, suggests a shared cosmology. The pyramid's construction, involving millions of stones cut with precision unattainable by primitive tools, remains a mystery. Some researchers propose that the Egyptians used advanced technology, possibly gifted by the Anunnaki, to achieve such feats. The pyramid's inner chambers, with their acoustic properties and hidden passages, hint at a purpose beyond mere burial, perhaps a portal or a beacon for celestial visitors. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, a collection of spells and rituals, describes a judgment in the afterlife where the deceased's heart is weighed against a feather. Some researchers see parallels with modern accounts of alien abductions, where individuals report medical examinations by otherworldly beings. The Egyptians' obsession with the afterlife, coupled with their advanced knowledge of astronomy and mathematics, suggests a connection to the Anunnaki's cosmic legacy. The forbidden knowledge. As we delve deeper into the Anunnaki hypothesis, we encounter resistance. Ancient texts are locked away in Vatican archives or guarded by secretive institutions. Military bases, built atop ancient ruins in Iraq and Peru, fuel speculation about hidden truths. Why the secrecy? If the Anunnaki were real, their existence would upend our understanding of history, religion, and science. It would suggest that humanity is not the product of natural evolution, but of deliberate design, a truth that could destabilize societies and challenge established power structures. Modern technology is peeling back the layers of this mystery. Satellite imagery reveals hidden structures beneath the sands of Egypt and the jungles of Cambodia. Ground-penetrating radar uncovers sealed chambers beneath the pyramids and ancient cities. Each discovery brings us closer to the truth, but also to new questions. Are we ready to confront the possibility that our creators were not divine, but extraterrestrial? Conspiracy theories abound, suggesting that governments and institutions are suppressing evidence of the Anunnaki. The discovery of ancient texts, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls or the Nag Hammadi Library, has fueled speculation about hidden knowledge. Some claim that these texts contain references to celestial beings and advanced technology, deliberately obscured to maintain control over human consciousness. the return of Nibiru. The Anunnaki legend speaks of Nibiru's cyclical orbit, bringing it close to Earth every 3,600 years. Some theorists link these cycles to leaps in human progress and catastrophic events. The flood, the fall of empires, the rise of civilizations. Could these be tied to Nibiru's passage? Ancient texts suggest that the Anunnaki's visits coincided with periods of upheaval and transformation. The Sumerian king list, with its impossibly long reigns, may reflect the presence of Anunnaki rulers during these cycles. If Nibiru's orbit is real, what happens when it returns? Will the Anunnaki reappear as benevolent teachers or as overlords reclaiming their creation? Some fringe researchers claim that Nibiru's approach could trigger geological or climatic changes, echoing the flood of ancient times. Others speculate that the Anunnaki never left, but remain hidden, observing humanity from the shadows or through advanced technology. As humanity stands on the brink of becoming a space-faring civilization, these questions take on new urgency. Our telescopes scan the heavens, our probes explore Mars and beyond. Are we following in the Anunnaki's footsteps, or are we preparing to meet them again? The possibility that they still watch us, hidden among us or from afar, is both thrilling and unsettling. The search for extraterrestrial life, a cornerstone of modern science, may be a subconscious quest to reconnect with our creators. The human question. The Anunnaki hypothesis forces us to confront profound questions about our identity. Are we merely the result of a genetic experiment designed to serve a higher purpose? Or are we something more, a species that has surpassed its creators, capable of forging its own destiny? The myths of the Anunnaki, whether fact or fiction, challenge us to redefine what it means to be human. Our ancestors saw the Anunnaki as gods, but we may see them as scientists, explorers, or even colonizers. Their legacy lives on in our myths, our monuments, and perhaps our very DNA. Genetic studies have revealed anomalies in the human genome, such as the rapid development of brain size and intelligence that defy traditional evolutionary models. Could these be traces of Anunnaki intervention? The philosophical implications are staggering. If we were created by extraterrestrial beings, what is our purpose? Are we destined to follow in their footsteps, exploring the cosmos and shaping new worlds? Or are we a failed experiment, abandoned by our creators? The Anunnaki saga raises questions about free will, destiny, and the nature of divinity itself. The global tapestry. The Anunnaki's influence is a thread woven through the tapestry of human history. In India, the Vedic texts describe gods who descended in flying machines, wielding weapons of unimaginable power. The god Indra, with his thunderbolt, bears similarities to Enlil, while Brahma, the creator, echoes Enki's role. The precision of ancient Indian architecture, such as the temples of Ellora and Kailasa, suggests advanced knowledge of stone cutting and engineering. In Africa, the Dogon tribe of Mali maintains oral traditions of star beings who taught them about the Sirius star system. Their knowledge of Sirius B, a white dwarf invisible to the naked eye, baffled astronomers when it was first recorded in the 20th century. The Dogon claim that their ancestors were visited by amphibious beings from the stars, a description that aligns with Sumerian depictions of Enki, often associated with water and creation. In the Pacific, Polynesian myths speak of gods who sailed the skies in great canoes, bringing knowledge of navigation and agriculture. The massive stone statues of Easter Island, with their enigmatic gazes fixed on the heavens, may reflect a connection to these celestial visitors. The global pattern is clear. From Mesopotamia to the Americas, from Africa to the Pacific, cultures separated by oceans and millennia tell stories of sky gods who shaped humanity. The technological enigma. The Anunnaki's technology, as described in ancient texts, was far beyond human comprehension. Sumerian tablets speak of MEs, tablets of destiny that contained the knowledge of the gods. These may have been advanced devices, perhaps computers or databases, used to store and transmit information. The Anunnaki's ability to manipulate genetics, control the elements, and travel between worlds suggests a mastery of science that we are only beginning to approach. In Egypt, the use of sound or vibration to move massive stones has been proposed as an explanation for the pyramid's construction. Ancient texts describe priests using words of power to levitate objects, a concept that aligns with modern experiments in acoustic levitation. In South America, the Inca's stonework may have involved similar techniques, allowing them to fit massive blocks with precision. The Anunnaki spacecraft, described as fiery chariots or shining vessels, may have been powered by technologies we cannot yet fathom. Some researchers speculate that their propulsion systems used electromagnetic fields or even anti-gravity, concepts that modern science is beginning to explore. The Nazca lines in Peru, massive geoglyphs visible only from the air, may have served as landing markers or signals for these craft. The cosmic future. As humanity reaches for the stars, the Anunnaki saga takes on new relevance. Our space programs, from NASA to private ventures like SpaceX, are driven by a desire to explore the cosmos and find our place in it. Are we unknowingly retracing the Anunnaki's path, seeking the knowledge they once brought to Earth? The discovery of exoplanets, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, and the development of artificial intelligence all echo the Anunnaki's legacy. If the Anunnaki were real, their return could reshape our world. Would they see us as their children, ready to join them in the cosmos, or as a failed experiment to be discarded? The possibility of contact raises ethical and philosophical questions. How would humanity react to the revelation that we are not alone, and never have been? The Anunnaki hypothesis also challenges mainstream science. The orthodox view of human evolution, with its gradual progression from hunter-gatherers to civilization, struggles to explain the sudden emergence of complex societies. The rapid development of language, agriculture, and technology in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Americas suggests an external catalyst. While skeptics dismiss the Anunnaki as myth, the growing body of evidence, ancient texts, mysterious monuments, and genetic anomalies, demands a closer look. The unseen watchers. Some researchers believe that the Anunnaki never left Earth. Hidden in remote regions, cloaked by advanced technology, or even integrated into human society, they may still observe us. Modern UFO sightings, with their descriptions of advanced craft and humanoid beings, bear similarities to ancient accounts of the Anunnaki. Could these be the descendants of our creators, monitoring their experiment? The idea of unseen watchers is a common theme in mythology and religion. The angels of the Bible, the devas of Hinduism, and the spirits of indigenous traditions all suggest a presence beyond the visible world. If the Anunnaki are still here, what is their purpose? Are they guiding humanity toward a cosmic destiny, or simply observing the consequences of their ancient actions? The final question. The Anunnaki saga is more than a historical curiosity. It is a mirror reflecting our deepest questions about existence. Who are we? Where did we come from? What is our purpose? The answers, if they exist, lie buried in the sands of time, etched in ancient stone, and whispered in the myths of our ancestors. As we stand on the brink of a new era, with our eyes fixed on the stars, the Anunnaki remain elusive, phantoms at the edge of history. Yet their story persists, a tantalizing glimpse of possibilities that defy conventional wisdom. The truth is out there, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered. The encounter with the gods may have shaped our past, but it is the encounter with the unknown that will define our future. In the silent stones of forgotten temples, one question lingers. When the veil of history is lifted, will we recognize our creators, or will we find only our own reflection, staring back from the abyss of time?